Hello everyone, I am Game Walkthroughs 22, and welcome to another review. Today we're going to be reviewing the Resaurus jetboard crash from Series 1. I apologize, there's so much crap in the background. I'm trying a different location this time, recording in my basement and using this table I have so that I have more room to showcase the figures, and I just really remembered this. I know I said I was going to make a better studio, have use paper to have a background and a foreground, but I totally forgot about that, so I apologize. There's all this other stuff in the background. It's probably hard to just focus on Crash, but yeah, so, and I also apologize, it's kind of bright too. I think it's much brighter than the previous review, so I apologize about that. Also, I want to say that I had a dock, or a plate for my camera, tripod plate. I never know what the fuck it's actually called. But I had one for my camera, and unfortunately I lost it, and I did order a new one last year, but unfortunately it was the wrong size, so now I just have my camera and my tripod. So either I'm gonna have to continue to find one that's the same size, so I can lock it on my tripod, or I'm gonna have to just get a new tripod entirely, because I'm seriously getting tired of not being able to push my tripod, or tilt my tripod down and not have my camera slide off. So I'm gonna do the best I can. Also, I'm gonna try to make this review shorter than the last one, because the last review was 28 minutes long, and I feel like that was really long. That's another reason why I stopped doing reviews for so long, is because I was always making reviews one of the problems I have is I make videos that are really long, and I'm trying so hard not to do that anymore, because I tend to ramble on a lot, and I apologize about that. So if you like long videos, good for you, but as for me, I'm not really a fan of sitting through really long videos, unless they're really entertaining. But a lot of times I'm not really entertained by my old reviews, to be honest. I think they're kind of boring, and I'm not the best at doing reviews. I'm trying to be entertaining, but I think I've said enough, so let's move on to the figure. So let's try to not make this as long. Okay, so so you can see he's on his jet board, and I apologize you can't see it very well, but I would, you know what, maybe I could but then you can't really see him. Can't see him as well because he's out further. So before we take a look at the figure, let's have a quick look at the packaging. Yes, I still have the box for this guy. And I apologize, you probably won't be able to see it very well. But as you can see, we have the Crash Bandicoot logo, and it's just action figures. We have a picture of Crash, and we have a picture of a cartoon picture of the figure, and this is Jetboard Crash, and the Universal logo, and Universal Interactive Studios, and also the Resaurus logo. And in case you guys didn't know, you guys probably already know about this. Resaurus was a company that also made two series of Crash Bandicoot figures in 1998 and 1999. And they also made two series of Sonic figures in 1999 and 2000 for the Sonic Adventure game. Unfortunately, the company went out of business. I think they were founded back in 1993, I want to say, and they went out of business in, I think it was 2001. And originally there was going to be a third series of Crash Bandicoot figures. Unfortunately, by the time that series was supposed to be out, they unfortunately went out of business. And there's also, I think, supposed to be a third series of the Sonic figures as well, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So, and here's the back of the package. Showcases all the other figures. We have So we have Jetboard Crash, we have Jetpack Crash, and there's Coco. Let's see, yeah, Jetboard Crash and Jetpack Crash, Coco, Cortex, Tiny, and Komodo Mo. And as of right now, I have 3 of the 6 figures. Unfortunately, one of the figures I have doesn't have any of his accessories. I'm going to try to get his accessories, but these figures have, these figures have really skyrocketed in price. A lot of like the rare figures like from video game series have just skyrocketed in price. Resaurus, Joyride, Toy Biz, everything has skyrocketed in price. So it's gonna be hard to try to get. I want to try to get the complete Series 1. So as right now, I have Jetboard Crash, Jetpack Crash, and I have Dr. Neo Cortex. I have both Crashes with all their accessories, and unfortunately Cortex I got loose, it was just the figure. So the other ones I'm looking for is Coco, Tiny, and Komodo Mo. And I don't expect to get the rest of Series 2 because Series 2 is really expensive. As if it wasn't already expensive enough, it's like twice the price that it was previously. So it's just really, they're all really expensive nowadays. So that's about enough about the package. So here we have the figure, and bring in his accessories. So we have a Wumpa fruit, and we have a crate, and we have a golden Aku Aku mask, and we have the green crystal. One more thing I want to point out before I go into the figure is these did come with stickers, so you could put on the crates to customize the crates to look like how they are in the games. But unfortunately, I never really cared for it. I could still take these stickers if I wanted to, but I don't know. I didn't feel like customizing the crate. Plus, I know like over time the stickers peel off, and so I don't want to bother with it. So I apologize. The crate is just a plain crate, but I didn't feel like customizing it. So, all right. So the figure, take him off of his jet board. There's actually 2 versions of this figure. There's one that is this one, which is the more easier to find version, where his back foot is bent, so he can balance on his board a lot easier. And there's also one that was, I believe, the first release, where where both of his feet were straight, and it made it a lot harder for him to stand up on his board. So thankfully I have this one. So yeah, Crash is based off of the classic games, because copyright 1998, so this figure is 23 years old now, so jeez, I feel old. Yeah, he looks pretty good for 1998, or mimicking the classic Crash games. So these figures are based off of Crash 2 and 3. The only figure that is based off of Crash 1 is Cortex, while the other one's based off of Cortex Strikes Back and Warped. But yeah, pretty decent looking figure. He looks really red on camera, but he's really more of like a reddish orange. Yeah, details pretty good. Looks just like Crash. Paint job is not bad. By the way, back in the day, these were like $6 figures, so yeah, I find it hard to believe that all of this cost $6 back in the day. I don't know really what else to say about the detail and paint job. You can see he's got these spots on his back. Kind of looks like he's like burnt or something, but in the games, if you look behind him, I mean, he's always facing the back, so you always see his back, so you can kind of see he's got these like spots on his back, and then there's copyright information does say 1998. Yeah, he looks pretty good. Looks decent. Articulation doesn't have a whole lot of articulation. It's very basic. You have can move his arms. I kind of might be very careful with this because these figures are unfortunately very fragile. These are very easy to break. So these are not really made for toys. These are really more for like display pieces. And they can also twist his wrists as well. I'm not going to twist them all the way because I'm worried that they're going to snap off, but you can twist his wrists. And then also his legs. And the most fragile part about the figures is their legs. The legs can snap off so easily, so you have to be really careful with these. If you're a kid, I would not recommend getting these. I'd recommend until you're like a responsible, like, you know, mature teenagers. Like, you know, you handle your toys better. You know, you don't like, you know, you take better care of them, or you know how to take good care of them. So yeah, both of his legs move. They do move all the way around, but I'm not going to do it because the legs are really fragile. And he's kind of hard to stand up without his board. I can get him to do it without his board. It's kind of tricky though. It's kind of like you have to kind of like, let's see. I've done it before, but it's kind of tricky. Let's see if I can get him standing. There we go. He's a little bit top heavy. He's a little bit off balance, but I'm gonna put him back. Actually, you know what? Let's put him down for a sec. Just have him lay down. Let's take a look at the board. The board looks pretty good. It's, you know, it's been a while since I played Crash 2, but I'm pretty sure this is pretty accurate to what it looks like in Crash 2. Got, you know, it's good detail and paint job. I know I'm kind of like glossing over it, but I really don't have a whole lot to say about it, to be honest. And sometimes the fin is missing. Thankfully, I got mine new in the box, so mine is in pretty good condition. I've had mine for a couple years now, so I've only been displaying it. I don't play with it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's kind of small. I feel like it should be a little bit bigger, but overall, it's pretty good for the time it was made. And then we have the crystal I already showed you. In the games, there's only like purplish, like pinkish purple crystals, but each figure in Series 1 came with a different color crystal. Like this Crash came with a green crystal, the Jetpack Crash came with a red crystal. There's only one character that came with the right colored crystal. It's Tiny. I really want to get Tiny, but he's expensive. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's, you know, it's see-through. I wish it was the right colored crystal, but you know, it's a nice color. It's a nice looking crystal. And then we have the gold Aku mask, which is, you know, looks pretty good. So it's a nice detail. It almost looks more like bronze. Or, I mean, not bronze. It's like you can see, it almost reminds me of the Jakks Pacific like trophy and prototype Nintendo figures, like the ones that, you know, they released as like, they were like, I don't want to say like limited edition, but they were like hard to find, like back when they first came out. That reminds me of, well, I mean, it's just the trophy figures, because the trophy figures looked very similar to these. Looks kind of dirty, but it was, I think, painted pretty well. And this is based off of when you get 3 masks in the games, and then actually, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. It's like you get 3 masks in the games, and then you become invincible for like, I don't know, like 10 seconds or something. I think that's what this is based off of. So pretty cool. And then we also have the Wumpa Fruit, which is a nice like rubbery material. See, like this actually bounces, believe it or not. Well, actually, it kind of does. But yeah, it's a nice durable material. It's pretty accurate to the games. Looks pretty nice. And then finally we have the crate that it came with, which again, unfortunately there's no decals or anything on it, but cool thing about these crates is that they can actually open up. It's kind of hard to get these to open, but there's a flap. I think it's this one. Let's see. It's one of these flaps that opens up. Hold on a second. Let's see. It is indeed. I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's this flap, but it's really hard to. I know that the one that this one guy, Kyle, KGR, Kyle's Game Room. I know when he did his first review on his Jetpack Crash figure, he mentioned that the seller they got from him must have been like playing with it a bunch of times. They like took it apart and put it back together. Oh, here we go. So you just open up this one flap, and then this also comes apart. You just hold it up so you can be able to see it. Actually, let's see. I think I kind of don't want to do it, to be honest. Actually, yeah. I just want to be careful. I don't want to break this. As I mentioned, these are fragile. So that's what it looks like, broken apart. And then you can just fold it back up. I apologize, I'm not showing it folded back up. But, and then you can take the Wumpa fruit, put it in here, and keep it safe. That's probably what I do, but. Yeah, that's really about it. So overall, I do recommend this figure. The only place you can find these now is like eBay, or you can also check on Mercari, which is another place where people buy and sell stuff. They usually have, I found they have more reasonable prices than eBay, but most of the time you're only going to find this on eBay. So unfortunately, most of the time these are going to be in the box too, so they're going to be more expensive. I'm trying to put it back on the board without breaking it. How much should I pay for this? Honestly, I don't remember. I think I only paid like $60 for this, which at the time I thought was kind of expensive. Actually, wait, was it? I think it was like $60 or $70 at the time, which I thought was kind of expensive, but now these are way more expensive. So the price I got them at the time was actually pretty good. Trying to see these outside, trying to see these loose is going to be difficult because, like I said, most of the time they're going to be in the box and they're going to be more expensive. But I'd say I can't really say how much you should be paying for these, but I'd say maybe don't go any higher than like $75 if you're going for them loose. In the box, obviously, it can be a lot more. It's kind of your call how much you pay for these. Usually, if you want them with all their accessories, you usually have to pay more expensive. But yeah, overall, I do recommend this figure. It's pretty good. It'll make a pretty nice display piece on your shelf, and it's a good representation of the retro Crash. Yeah, it's really all I can say. So, thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe if you haven't already done so. And stay tuned next time when I'm going to be reviewing the next figure in Series 1, the Jetpack Crash. So I'll see you guys then. Peace out.